Hey, it's Mack with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and it's Thursday, it's June the 18th. I'm doing this a little early today since I'm leaving the country tomorrow. I need to get out of here and get some things done. Lots of easy trades today, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the chart lesson, what we've got so far today, and call it a week. And just a reminder, I'll be out of touch, so my email will be slow. There won't be any midday charts, no chart lessons, um, no YouTube chart lessons or anything either for all of next week. So I'll be back. I believe it's the 29th, that Monday. Yeah, Monday the 29th, barring no travel problems coming back. Sometimes uh, travel gets messed up and you get delayed a day or so here or there. But hopefully that won't happen this time, and I'll be back on time and on schedule, and we'll pick everything back up Monday the 29th. So, um, want to talk about this. You notice the countdown here for the volume bar. See, it matches the same one down here. Somebody sent this to me, another trader, Steven, sent this to me. I won't say his last name. I don't know if he wants me to. So, but I don't know if he wrote this or somebody gave it to him. But it's pretty neat. It puts the counter right where you can see it, where you don't have to keep glancing up and down. I kind of like it there, so I'm testing it, see how it works out for me so far today. I kind of liked it there and enjoyed it. Um, so if you're using the volume chart now and want it, it's on the website. You can go download it. And but I know if I don't talk about it, people will ask me questions what it is. So I'm making you aware, and I am going to put it on the website. It's not there yet, but it'll be before I leave town. I'll put it up, and you can download it if you're one of our members or whatever. So, but anyway, let's talk about the trades. I'm going to go through them pretty quickly. I mean, this is a strong trend. You can see there was a two-tiered channel, and what it is this is most trends, healthy trends, are about a 45-degree angle, and more like this one here. And this is just too steep. Generally, they're not going to last very long. So a lot of times when you get one real steep like this, then you'll get one that'll flatten out later, and you'll get a flatter channel. And there might even be a bigger picture here that I didn't take the time to find today because I'm done. Um, I'm going to wrap this up. And so there could be a bigger picture here. I haven't even attempted to look. But there's definitely a two-tiered channel up that was just too steep. It flattened out a little bit. Now we have a break, and prices appear to be working on a retest. We'll see. Um, a lot of times in between, when it's too steep like this, you'll get a bigger correction and then maybe another measured leg up. That didn't happen today. The market was so strong and so much buying that it just kept going. It just kind of flattened out a little bit, and you didn't. This was not a very big correction that usually you'll see, and this one lasted a little while. Let's see how long this one lasted. It really didn't start correcting here. You're still working up until right there. So 10:43 to about 11:20. So it wasn't even an hour there. So, um, anyway, I'm going to back out a little bit, talk about the trades. And one thing I will say too is this last big leg up right here, if you measure that, and when you started the next leg up, you can see we got almost a perfect measured move. We might have missed it by, it might be a tick larger there, but the market was pretty strong today. So um, there's actually um, there's actually an entry right here, but it's so early. I can't even remember what that was before I got in. No, that's it really triggered 640, but you could have actually considered if you were trading here, I would have entered here, but it's just really before 7 o'clock, and that's the reason it's not marked. I wasn't in here when that triggered, and it did pull back again and give you a chance to get in with a limit order. Um, and the reason I say that I like that trade right there is because notice the new low um, actually you got a double bottom right here. So that's a first entry. That's a failed second entry short. And if you were here when that triggered, I'd probably take it. Um, but you could also treat this like, notice the little break lower there than the higher low. And so this is like a new low right here. So that's a first entry short, pullback second entry short. So you could treat this like a failed second entry short as well. Plus it bounces right off the midline. So I like going long right there. Um, you might want to use a limit order because that's not a very good signal bar, but you could wait on this signal bar to trigger and then put a limit order in there too if you wanted. Sometimes you'll get left behind on those, but this was a great setup right here. It's also a breakout pullback long from this little double top right here. And there's actually another pullback, a retest, but after getting that close to the upper channel, I don't think I would enter right there. And then you get a pullback again to the midline and the EMA. There's a second entry that triggers here, but you don't want to enter there. It's a little suspect. You're not back to the EMA. You're not really back to the midline yet. There's a lot of little dojis in a row there. It's a little congestion area. But when it tried to go lower, so that's like you got a low right there. So that's a first attempt to go lower, a second attempt. So it's like that double test rule that we use. And when it bounced and turned up, and that's a little bit of a bullish reversal bar, even though it didn't close exactly on the high, it's close enough. I like going long there, and that was a quick, easy move. And by this time you realize, hey, this is a pretty good trend. And then you get another pullback, first entry, pullback, second entry. And this looks similar to this. It's a smaller version of it, but it looks real similar to this. And it's another bounce right off that line on a second entry. And you could even treat this one like a breakout pullback long, but it's right at the high, and we've been moving really fast. So I'm not going to mark it. But you could consider going long there. I definitely wouldn't go long up here in the middle at this point without a better setup. And there's a second entry long right here, but again, it's similar to this one in that we're kind of in no man's land. I think it would have worked, but I wouldn't take it. Look how flat that is. A lot of little dojis in a row. What you got to assume is the sellers haven't really come in probably yet, but the buyers there's not a lot of buyers willing to buy at this high without a little bit more of a pullback or a retest of the trend line or something. And you finally get it here. And that really is the first confirmation of the first two swings that really confirms the trend line. That's how strong this is. So, but I like entering there. Another quick, easy move. And again, the reason I don't like this one is it's right at the high. I mean, this is the high of the day now. And there's a lot of little bit, even though sometimes on days like this, you want to enter just about every correction, especially by the time it's coming off the trend line again. So really, I should probably mark that one green. The smarter traders are going to be in here, but I wouldn't be afraid to enter there if I didn't enter here because of the reasons we just talked about. And you wouldn't have probably had this channel, the secondary channel yet. But when it tried to go lower again, now you got a failed second entry short because this is a new low. Pullback first entry, pullback second entry. It's kind of small and hard to see all this. Again, you're going along with the very high of the day, but look, it's right off that trend line. And look how it's crawling. Prices are just crawling up that line. So you know that line is correct. And then you got another little correction here, but again, I don't think I would enter right there because you've already moved so far, and it is hugging this trend line. So you don't know that you're going to. I mean, it could just keep going, but I'd want some kind of better pullback, and you finally get that here. You pull back to the trend line. Notice the new high. Pull back first entry. Pulls back again. There's your second entry. It really triggered right here, but I would have waited on this bar or waited on it to break above this bar, which it couldn't do here. But when this one ended bullish, I just put a stop there. That was a quick, easy move. And then you get a second entry counting off the low. And this is somewhat of a breakout pullback, um, long as well, but you're so close. I mean, you've already had your break and you've already got a new high. And if you get a measured leg, it only goes to about right here. So I think that's a little bit suspect. And if you just wait, then it does pull back and kind of confirm that this is a new shallower trend here. And notice pulls back first entry, and then it pulls back again, and you get a second entry. Again, I would probably wait on this bar, or when it broke higher right here, I'd use a limit order and try to get in a little closer, lower here. But I'd probably wait on this bar and let it break higher, and then put my limit order where it's supposed to go, which is the high of that bar, and you still get your same entry and everything else. So that you would have got if you use a stop right here. And somebody asked me about that in the email, if they should enter at market, when these real fast ones occur. And I don't recommend that. Sometimes it might help you get in a trade that really takes off fast, but more times than not, you will get a bad entry. And if you get one of these that only goes 4 ticks, because a lot of these trades are only designed to go 4 ticks, and if it's one of those kind of trades and you enter that way, you might get in and not have enough room to get out. So I don't recommend using market orders. Enter with a stop where it's supposed to go 1 tick above or below the signal bar, depending on which direction you're entering, or use a limit order. And don't chase the market, put the limit order where the stop order would have gone, and hope it comes back and fills you. That's my recommendation. So, but again, second entry long right here, and then same thing, pull back first entry, pull back, and it was a little iffy here because it wasn't back to the trend line, but it bounces right off the EMA, and on strong market days, sometimes you're not going to get through that EMA. And this was one last little great push up, and then it pulls back. There's a first entry, a pullback, and there's a second entry, but it's not a very good setup, and there's 3 bars in a row there. Just kind of wait and see what happens. And the next bar ends as a doji, and now you got congestion, so I don't think you want to enter. And plus, you should have had that trend line drawn there. When that turned down right off that trend line, really what you needed to wait on was the correction on the low side, which came right here, but notice it never could break higher again until way down here. And by that time, you realize, hey, something's changed. So, but when you got that long trap there, you might have considered going short. And the only reason I say that on a day like this is because you did get a little bit of an overshoot here. So you figure you're probably going to get some down here. And plus, if you're looking at the bigger channel, we've got the break right in here and a couple of legs up to a new high. So there's a chance you might get a little bit bigger correction. But, again, I'm making that in green because it's real aggressive. But when it tries to go higher the second time and you get a failed second entry short, and it really is right off that trend line again, I like that one for a short. And I don't think I would have entered here, but I like this one. And that was the last one I marked today. And my guess is we're probably going to test this high again. We've got an hour and something left. I would expect prices to try and test that. I haven't even looked at the trend line over here. That's probably going to be to the upside there. This may be a kind of a 2-tiered channel working higher here, which I think it is. You can kind of see that right there. So we're working higher again. We'll just kind of see how this plays out. But I would suspect we'll probably test this high before it's over. The prices can get back there. But anyway, really good trading day, a really good trend day. These are the kind of trends you love because you just can't hardly go wrong with them. You don't get much correction out of them at all. And so not much else I can say about it. Again, if you want the indicator here, I will put it on the website before I leave town, so keep an eye out for that to come out. I will be gone, so hold your emails if you would, please. And think that's it. Um, if you got something critical, by all means, send it to me and I'll try to answer it. But I will be limited on my email, and I'll probably won't answer anything that's not critically important. So if you can just hold general questions and trade questions and things like that till I get back, I would greatly appreciate it. It'll help me with um, my time issues when I get back, because I'm going to be way behind when I get back. And not only with my own trading, but with the website and the emails and my other businesses and things. So, but anyway, I'm going to wrap it up for today. Uh, hope everybody had a good trading week. We'll be back a week from Monday to do it again. And just remember, I'm off all next week, so no chart lessons, no midday charts or anything. And I'll see you when I get back. This is Mack with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.